Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're taking a look at a brand new spell card debuting in Dude or Doom of Dimensions, the next core set coming out after Duelist Advance. Duelist Advance is about to drop in the TCG here very shortly, so we're looking at a time frame of 3 months from now. We'll be taking a look at this, but yeah, still cool to see. Anyway. New spell card. It's a normal spell. It's actually a new search card, which is interesting. This in Duelist Advance, I believe, is where we get the search card that kind of helps you search Ashen, to help you search some of the canine cards, to Stina to a certain degree. Actually, maybe it came out before then, but whatever. That search spell maybe would come out in the core set prior to that, to Duelist Advance. But this card definitely floats in the same sphere of like it's searching a pretty specific type of cards, or actually two different types of cards. But there's a world where this card is actually very good. We just need the right cards around it for it to search. All right, here we go though. Normal spell. This card is called Infernal Punisher. As you can see on the artwork, very GX coded. You have the what is this thing? Infernal. Can't remember what its full name is, but Infernal something, and Water Dragon facing off there, and you'll see it's pretty obvious why. So this is a normal spell. You can only activate one of these effects, but you can only use each of these effects once per turn, which does mean not like activating a specific effect on this card is hard once per turn. We've been seeing this a lot, but both effects are not hard once per turn. Each effect is hard once per turn, I should say. It's not like pick one and you only get one per turn. It's if you have two copies of this card, you can use the first effect to do that thing, and you can use the second effect to do its thing in the same turn, which is really cool. The first effect reads: add one water dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand. Then, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon the added monster. So, it's a search for a water dino. If your opponent controls a monster, you're just e-tailing for a water dino. Pretty good effect, right? The pool of water dinos is pretty small, and we'll take a look at that in just a sec. But it's it is a Rhoda with upside. And the second effect, tribute one monster as cost. That matters. To special summon a level 6 or higher fire monster from hand, deck, or graveyard, but its effects are negated unless it is a fiend. So technically, you can summon any level 6 or higher fiend or fire. I didn't look at the entire pool of those. I just went with fiends because that's the most obvious one, right? If we're summoning something straight out of the deck or hand or grave, ideally you'd want it to have its effects. So I just started with the fiends. Maybe there are some random like level 6 or higher fires that they're searching when they're going to grave. That way, just getting them in rotation isn't bad. But this effect to me is clearly the lesser of the two. The fact that you have to tribute a monster to do it is really what ices it for me. If you didn't have to tribute a monster, you could just pull a fire fiend like straight out of the deck. This card would be a lot more interesting, but that's okay. Okay. So looking at the water dino possibilities here. You had a fusion, duotirian, and this is clearly centered around, like, designed to help the water dragon archetype, because Hydrogeddon and duotirian are here. They are what I assume to be like the best search targets here, even though those targets are not good. That archetype is pretty bad. But that being said, though, you know, it's in theme, so clearly that's where Konami's trying to push it. You have a couple normal monsters. I don't know if anyone cares about that. You have Submarine Torride. This is also a normal monster support. It extends from the hand if you control a normal monster and stuff. But yeah, nothing crazy here. Absolutely nothing crazy. But if in the next 6 months we get the announcement for a new archetype that is water dinosaur based, then maybe this card kind of comes up as a really good consistency card. Into the next stuff, we look at our Fire Fiends that are level 6 or higher. Got some DDD Fusion, some Evil Hero stuff. None of that matters because you can't summon those unless they've already been correctly summoned and are in grave. But you have Flame Ogre, cannot be special summoned, so bad. Hell Shadal Hollow, getting him on the field, was it really doing for you? Infernal Incinerator, this is the classic card that's art is on the card. The Infernos don't really work because none of them, they all have to be special summoned by like their own effect. So it doesn't really work for them. More fusions. Koakimiru Valafar, this is one of the first cards you actually can Um, you can summon here, which is funny. He doesn't really do much though. Um, yeah, he's kind of just like a piercer, a 3K piercer. That's really mainly what he does. You can't summon lava golem. You technically get red warg, but uh, you know, he doesn't really do much pulling him out of the hand like that. He's just kind of a body. You have Infernal, Obedient Fiend. Again, just kind of a beater. What else is he doing? Unchained Soul of Shavara is the first card, and it's funny because it's the last card here. It's the one card that like is actually interesting as far as level 6 or higher fire fiends, but still, this is a card that like you almost would rather search because you want to get it in hand, and it's usually working with an archetype or other cards that want to be destroyed. So you usually want to use his extension effect to like destroy something to get himself out, and then you go from there. But he by far has the most potential of all these targets. So I guess he's maybe the one that stands out. But yet again, same as like the first effect with the water dinos, it's still kind of like if in 3 months from now we got a new archetype revealed that is like all fire fiend, and this card actually becomes like a pretty good card to like just pull them out. Same thing as the water dino thing. Like maybe this card actually has a place to live. Like when that other search card I mentioned earlier, I forget what it's called. It's like something of the elements. Um, where you're like, oh, okay, it searches some Testina stuff, it searches some Ashen stuff, but other than that, it's like pretty terrible. And then just like, oh, here's Canine, and now it searches like some like the best extenders in Canine, and now it's legitimately played in Canine decks in the OCG. So it's one of those things. Like as long as we get good targets for it that are worthwhile, this card can totally pop up. But for right now, we just don't have the perfect targets for it. But there you go. Cool card nonetheless. Like new rotas are interesting always because they can unlock like potential for certain things. But this one's kind of unlocking like future potential, if anything. So we'll see. But I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, subscribe to the channel for more stuff from me down the line on new cards. Still have like 49 more cards to go for this core set in the next less than 30 days, which is pretty cool. We're going to get a lot of cards down the pipeline in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.